The expected outcome of all roles in the corporate setting is to impact on the bottom line of the organization. So it's my expectation that the conference, which was just organized yesterday, I believe, and this awards event would contribute and improve the health of the bottom line of all our organizations. Profit should be a much loved word, and that's my first P. It is the reason for setting up businesses, and is the basis to keep the businesses going. Profit is the key measure of the success of all organizations. And as HR professionals, you must show a clear linkage, connection between your roles and profit. It's not surprising that the nomenclature is moving from HR, from human resource to human capital. For capital must show dividend, and the connection between the two must be clear. The main factors that drive profit are capital, technology, and people. But it is people which is the active factor of the lot. The people determine the success or failure of your business. Every part of the business boils down to people. The value of the people is dependent on the culture of the organization. And culture is typically the way things are done in the organization. And all of this involves you as HR personnel. Whether as consultants, as partners, as managers, as executives, the business looks to you for leadership in cultivating and harnessing this critical resource we refer to as people. This places you in the heart of management and considerable weight on your shoulders. I have addressed the centrality of profits in corporates and the position of people in that context. But maybe we should be talking about the third P, which is purpose. Purpose is an expression of the obvious to say that the purpose of business is to make profit. But it's an expression of the ultimate to say that the purpose of business is to keep people satisfied. And this is greater than profits because it includes, improves, justifies, and drives profit. A sense of purpose contributes to employee well-being, and it leads to increased productivity. The Mercer Global Talent Trends reports that 75% of thriving employees say that their company has a strong sense of purpose that resonates with their personal values. Purpose is reflected in values and the strategy of the organization. But distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the theme which we have is well chosen, and it weaves around my 3 Ps of profit, people, and purpose. We live in a business environment which is dynamic and is now not enough to thrive. We must seek to survive. The recent news of Thomas Cook is ample evidence of this. This is a company which for so many years was synonymous to tourism. A thriving business passed from one generation to the other for over 150 years, failed to survive in the hands of the current generation. The 2 main influences of the current business environment are the millennial workforce and the adoption of digitization and smart technology at the workplace. These 2, more than any other, require agility at the workplace. Traditional methods of HR strategies and practices would no longer work. The new approach should be equally agile and adaptive. But I do not intend to preach to the converted. But let me volunteer 2 areas HR professionals can look to in responding to the emerging trends defining the current workplace environment. These are two very simple areas, and the areas C-suite will expect from their HR executives. Firstly, HR professionals must seek to understand the new environment. The millennial workforce comes with its own peculiarities and are common themes in conferences and training programs. They may not be a majority at the workplace yet, but very soon they will be. Obviously, new strategies must be applied in managing them, and these must start to emerge. But as you focus your attention on these millennials, do not forget that they are still at the workplace old dogs like me, and will require your attention too. Much more difficult aspect of your response is the technology part of it. Disruptive technology is creeping in on all of us. It is no more simply an IT agenda, but is relevant to the entire business, including HR. The simple way of looking at it is, how will HR contribute to reduce costs and improve productivity using technology? This will involve obvious areas, very simple areas, like simplifying processes and applying more analytics to people-related data to improve decision-taking. The second point I would volunteer to you is, as people managers, you must get your people to understand the new environment. The first point is you must understand it first, but secondly, you must get your people to understand the changing environment. It is a necessary first step in contributing to create a business response to this new environment. Technology applications will change the structure and roles required in the workplace. Some current roles will no longer be required, and new roles will be needed. HR must be in a position to start responding now. But I'm not leading you to sharpen your redundancy management techniques, but I'm rather leading you to craft redundancy avoidance techniques. This would include upskilling, reskilling in anticipation of the future role needs. It will also involve recruitment practices aimed at individuals who can survive in the new workplace order. Another area of focus as we respond to the emerging new workplace should be focused on executive leadership. Executive leadership defines the business and have the greatest influence on it. You must have heard one of my favorite stories is a story about why Kodak died and Fujifilms survived. It's a story of how the destinies of two similar companies went in the opposite directions. Both of them were in the photography business, operating in a profitable and secure market. In the early 2000s, the market was faced with the disruptive development of the internet and mobile phone with cameras. Kodak saw the threats and responded by investing a lot more in the photography business. But it was already doomed. It was too late, and they failed to survive. Fujifilm's response was to diversify their business and introduce new businesses in pharmaceuticals and cosmetics based on aspects of the film processing technology. This decision saved them, and they continued to thrive. The difference between the two is the quality of executive leadership. The bold and decisive leadership of Fujifilms saved them. That is the kind of executive leadership the HR function, together with the C-suite, must seek to develop to serve in the agile workplace which is before us. The last P is prize, and there are prizes to be won this evening. Some prizes have been won already. There's no doubt that the selection process has been rigorous to bring out the best. I congratulate those who have won the awards already, and I also congratulate in advance awards which are yet to be won. Winning awards comes with pride and elation and a feeling of being recognized for your hard work. You deserve the recognition, and I join your families, friends, and workmates to congratulate all of you. But to you who have not won an award yet, be consoled that there will be a tomorrow, and that could be your day. But the real winners, I believe, will be those of you who look beyond today. Those of you who manage your people with a strong purpose and focused on profits. You will be the winners of tomorrow, and the prize certainly will be yours tomorrow. Thank you all very much, and let's enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.